The dwarves of Erebor are joined by the men of Gondor and the elves of the Woodland Realm to defend Dunland to the last man, to the last elf, to the last dwarf. Welcome back, Legionnaires. We're here with some more Rise of Mordor action for you today, and we have a 4v3 on Dunland, as I mentioned, and this is a glorious siege battle I took part in with some subs, and it was certainly a really close one. Worth sticking around to see how this one goes. But yes, we have the dwarves of Erebor allied with the elves of the Woodland Realm and also the men of Gondor to defend this position. We already have dwarves upon this rampart here, ready to rain crossbow bolts down on the enemy. They are going to be facing another Woodland Realm army and also an Easterling army over on this side. And then on the far side, we have the men of Dale, who've been corrupted by Sauron, who are being joined by the evil men of Dunland. So it's going to be a very good one. As you can see, the Dunlandings and also Dale are about to land on the wall. And this defense over here is being defended by the Woodland Realm. So we had the Woodland Realm here. I think Gondor's also got like bits of their army over here as well. They've got like, they're kind of scattered between the two positions, kind of supporting both sides. But as you can see there, we have some Dunherd swords now just getting off the wall. So this should be a very epic one. And you can see we're opening up a breach here as well. So the elves are going to have to defend this as well. They're already actually getting hit. I think this might be by like stray artillery shots. But if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor at the moment on the channel and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. This is the first video that I've done that since we've hit 4,000 subscribers as well. So thank you to everyone that has like joined like the channel and kept watching and supporting the channel. It's been a great journey to get this far, and I can't wait to get to 5,000. And yeah, there will be a special like 4K like Q&A video coming out like probably at the end of the week. It'll probably be like Friday or Saturday, and it'll just be like talking about like myself and like and the channel and like what like people have put questions forward. Anyway, there is a like a post on the channel. Go and like put your questions there, or join the Discord if you'd like to also pose your questions there. So as you can see, Dale is sending some shipmen through this breach in the wall now, ready to take on these Lasgarland blades. Shame they didn't use their javies, because that's a very handy weapon that they could have used and weaken these elves. Javies are pretty like nasty in this mod, do a lot of damage. But shipmen certainly won't be breaking through this Lasgarland blade line, certainly without support. They are not that great. They're the weakest of the Dalian sword units. And as you can see here, we've got some Lasgarland spears going up support. I think this is a little bit overkill. I don't think they need to put 2 elven units in. There's no point tiring a second unit out. But they're now in there. And it also looks like we've got Dunland, who I was playing as. Dunland in this game. Don't often play them, but I've seen them play quite often recently. And it's quite a fun faction, and it's got a good roster for an attack. Got a lot of good shock infantry. So yeah, these guys are supposed to come off the wall, like down this staircase here, but for some reason Pathfinder was just being a bit of a problem. So instead they were coming out here, and they were getting pinned on like these halberdiers. You can see here, the Hall Guardians. So I was losing a few men like unnecessarily here in this fight, which is really annoying to see. Over on the other side, the attack on the walls here is a little bit slowed down. Look at all the traps as well here. So many traps are waiting to just kill these poor men that are waiting at the bottom of the towers. Actually, there are none. Like Woodland Realm has, like, because it's got such small units, they all fit on the tower quite nicely. Well, that's a nice counter, I guess. And they will be facing the dwarves of Erebor. They've got their dwarven barrack guard. They've got warriors of the Red Mountain, all starting to mount the walls. They've got their crossbows off, and now it's time for the axemen, or the hammermen in this case. What would you call them? The hammerers? I don't know, but these guys are ready for battle now. They're being put in place. And I like this formation. I don't know if it's very effective. One artillery piece and this formation gets like destroyed. But luckily the only artillery piece I brought is on the other side of the battlefield. My allies should have possibly brought some. Because yeah, but I mean, look at these lines. It looks awesome. We've got Gondor spears in the front. We've got Erebor spear guards behind it. Dwarven warriors. And then more Dwarven warriors. This looks awesome. It really does. Look at that. Line after line ready. It's like a tier. So if you break through the Gondor spears, you're then going to face dwarves. But it looks like we've got Loki Rim ready to come up, and it looks like they've been hitting some stuff back here. Walls of Room, good target to be hitting. So yeah, that's certainly a good target to hit. I mean, an elite shock infantry. It's still actually bombarding as well. We were playing with quite a few, I'd say, like newer players for Rise of Mordor, which is really fun. It's nice to see a lot of people getting involved in the disc, like in the community. It's a nice growing community. If you'd like to get involved in like the Rise of Mordor community and you haven't already, I definitely recommend joining their Discord. Also feel free to join mine to get involved in some Rise of Mordor action. Both are like great places to get a game and have some fun. There you go, Dunland is starting to, I mean, they're actually losing in combat. I think that's mainly because I was, like, trying to get the unit to get away from these Hall Guardians. But, I mean, even still, these Last Guardian Blades are much, much better. They are, they're down as trained, but really they're elite. They are, like, the elite of the trained. And already I am starting to, like, waver here. I'm actually starting to, I know we've got more shipmen coming up. I'm actually starting to set up some archers pretty early on, I know. Elder Archers already going up. Actually, well... That guy just came down the ladder. Go up, not down. As soon as the breach was open, we had constant problems with like pathfinding. Everyone wanted to go through this like this breach here instead of going up onto the towers, which is really, really annoying. It's a shame that they can't really sort that out. It's kind of more of like an Attila issue. But actually, we have more like shipmen like coming off the wall here. They have thrown all their javies, done their harassment, and now going in. I don't know if this is really a great idea. Charging pole arms, you're just going to give them a lot of kills, to be honest. This is just going to end in a massacre. You can see already these shipmen dying very, very quickly. Look at that. Getting chopped down. And then over on the other side, you can see already, look at that. Last Guardian Blades losing. All of them losing up here. And they are really, really struggling. I mean, they need this. I mean, the defenders always have a really early, like, lead or, like, advantage, you could say. Because, well, they use all their ammo. They have all their really, like, really elite units. Because usually most defenders bring, like, small elite armies rather than large, like, cheaper armies. I mean, the dwarves are kind of, like, able to bring both now. Able to bring, like, a good chunk of, like, average troops and then some elites. But, yeah, these Dwarven Barrack Guard right now are ripping through Last Guardian Blades. I mean, these guys are, like, elite. They're, like, almost, like, tier 4, I'd say. They are really, really good. What? They're sitting up crossbows. That's a bit bold, though. These crossbows are kind of going into combat a little bit. So much immortal elven blood being spilt this day. The dwarves don't care, though. They hate the elves. Well, if anything, they prefer this. But, yeah, as you can see, the assault here is getting ready. The reason why you need to fight for this wall, you could just think, why don't you just ignore the citadel? The reason you take this little citadel is so you can then use the walls against any defenses here. Because, obviously, you're going to want to defend this choke point. They're really good choke point to defend. This Hall Guardian's really beaten up as well. I didn't even realize this. And it's getting focused down. I get into combat just to maybe not give it an easy shot. But, yeah, basically what I'm saying is you need to take this wall here to then be able to set up your own archers on this wall to then fire into the flank of the defense that's set up here, for instance. So that's kind of what the issue, like the intention was. And you can see, look at all these like traps going off. These poor wards are ruined, getting absolutely beaten up. They're going to send them up next to try and deal with these Dwarven Barrack Guard. They're also losing now, strangely. Everyone's losing in this fight, apparently. Okay. But yes, the Hall Guardian's now going in. So interesting to see them in combat. So that's always the reason. I always get asked that question. Why, like, certainly we were getting asked that in the battles, or why attack this? Like, you could just ignore it. Because this pass is so key to getting in. Because if you get through this pass, you can just then get into the main settlement quite easy. There's 2 choke points here, which obviously the defenders could defend. Actually, no, maybe 3, I don't know. No, I don't think that is a viable one. But then there's also this massive way around as well. You can then just come all the way around here, and then into the back of the settlement. So it makes it really, like, if you lose that choke point there, as a defender, those 2, like, points, the citadel and the choke point, it's very easy to get into this settlement, and it kind of really undoes it. This wall as well is really hard to get through. Like, Dunland is a perfect 4v3 map, or even 3v2, because you just have one huge wall here, one like choke point, and citadel over there which you need to defend. You can almost call it a wall in itself, and that's all you need to defend. It's not much, and it's still really, really hard for the defenders to, or for the attackers to get in, as you'll see in today's battle. Shipmen still going in there though, and they've actually taken out their Hall Guardians, because I was starting to get my my Elder Archers here onto the wall. These guys, but they're not like the greatest archers, but they're pretty damn good, and they're focusing down these Hall Guardians, like trying to get the angles anyway. Still shooting at them as they run away. So yeah, that was the reason that he's got rid of his pole arms. Probably people were wondering why, because it is a pretty good spot for pole arms as soon as everything comes off the tower. But now these shipmen may have a bit of a better chance. And I've got to face, well, not pole arms, but they've still got to face elves, which is always a tricky situation. Got Hall Guardians over here. Got lots of Gondor archers being kept in reserve. They have lots of reserves over here. More elves. Got Gondor archers now firing as well. Love the new like archer mechanic in this game where everyone fires so much quicker, makes archers so much more deadly. Though they do get through their ammo a lot quicker. Look at that, already firing another volley off. Usually they take like a minute or so to fire like another volley. Not now. I don't actually know what they're firing at, but we now have shock infantry for Dunland coming in. I think this is my Dunherd Chosen, yeah. So this isn't my best infantry, but these still already cost over 1,000. They're really, really good. They're also quite useful because they have throwing axes. They have like a throwing axe ability, so they can throw throw axes, then go into combat. I really like this unit for that reason. It is very low on armor though. As you can see, these guys are wearing like literally nothing, just like a wolf pelt on their chest, around their neck. That's all they have. So they are very, very vulnerable. But they've got really good melee attack, and as you can see, they are wrecking these Lasgarden blades. So they're taking quite a lot of casualties. My most elite shock infantry, if I quickly find it, it's all the way back here somewhere. Where are they? Them there? Yes, it is. Okay, here they are. Blood Avengers with their like stolen, or I should say borrowed, Urukai armor. These guys are very, very nasty. They're down to 50 men in a unit. You know it's an elite unit when there has only 50 guys in it. It really is a good unit to bring, and I'm saving them for a later time, put it like that. Also, this cav, I'll actually where is it? There it is. Champion Reavers. This is also a really nasty cav. Dunland is actually a very underrated, really strong faction. Again, more like Urukai armor that they borrowed. I really, really like this faction. Certainly is useful in both sieges and in pitch battles. But the elves have seen that we're nearly breaking through this choke point, and they're sending in more Lasgarden blades. So we're not breaking through there just yet. My Dunherd Chosen starting to lose. I was just trying to send these guys in incrementally, trying to like maybe make some sort of movement. So right now I'm really struggling. My archers over here are now dueling with the Lords of Lasgarden. I was like telling my ally just to focus down like a unit at a time. So if we just focus down on Lords of Lasgarden at a time, we can just annihilate them. We've got good armor, but like not enough armor to stop 5 units of archers. Which, yeah, maybe it's not the greatest use of, like, ammo. But we did it to one earlier, and now, like, all these Lords of Lasgarden are now just standing at the back of the map. Including his general is back here still. The lines have properly, well and truly clashed over here. And we have Dwarven archers in combat. That's a good sign for us that they're running out of ammo already over here. Loki Rim flying on in. No real movement, though. As you can see, it's going to be an absolute grudge match. Getting through here. There's a lot of resources being thrown in by both sides here. Look at like how the size of these armies. There's still to be committed really. Like I mean, there's a good half of the army actually possibly, or maybe 2/3 still yet to go. And though what have we got up here? This is gold chevron, triple gold chevron. Warlords of Rune losing in combat. I mean, what's this dude? Barrack Guard I think still in here. Oh no, these warriors in the Red Mountain. There is Barrack Guard still over here I think. Yeah, there is, because I can see their axes, so they are still in there. I don't know where, though. Oh, no, it's there. Yeah, this is a very healthy Barrack Guard. This is a new one that you must have sent in. So the Dwarves went really heavy on, like, shock infantry, which makes sense, because the Dwarves now in this new update have, like, 6 units of shock infantry, 6 or 7. I think it's 7, if you include Dane, which I think we've got Dane here again. Dane's such a good unit. Very, like, a very cheap, but very, very, not very cheap, still it costs over 1,000. Very cheap, but effective general. Like, you could get the Barrack Guard, which is a much better unit as your general. But Dane's, like, I don't know, I think his stats are really good. Like, for Dane 9-foot's, like, unit, the stats are really good. And who doesn't want to bring Dane with this unique, like, model? You just want it. Looks awesome. I think this unit really reminds me of the Grim Hammers. If you remember them from the past update, the old shock infantry for the dwarves. I kind of feel like that's what they replaced. Like Day 9-foot kind of replaces that Grim Hammer unit. The dwarves here though holding the line. The Dwarven Warrior is such a good unit now. I think they almost make the like Arable Axe Warriors redundant. Arable Axe Warriors certainly, unless you're playing with like really high funds, which you never want to do anyway Rise of Mordor, because then you're just going to bring armies of elites. Like, I feel like, unless you're playing really high funds, you're bringing Dwarven Warriors every time. Because just give them a few chevrons, and they're on the same level as Erebor Axe Warriors, I feel. They will hold the line for a really long time. I mean, they are, like, losing, that's the thing, but they hold the line for a long time. It allows other assets to get kills. At this point, yeah, seeing a lot of breaking here from Dale. Dale did actually break down the gate. And actually, no, he's not. He's not broken down the gate. Is everything just run out? Okay. No, he hasn't actually yet, because we haven't gone and got the ram. That's a little bit of foreshadowing there for you. We haven't got the ram yet. But we have been forced out. I guess maybe they just can run through the gate? Like if they're routing? I guess so. Well, there's something. Yeah, actually, those Lasgarland, like, spears are still really, really healthy. And they're forming shoot. I love that. Look at that, forming that testudo. It looks awesome. It really does. That looks sick. Don't think I've ever really seen that done. But yeah, that's really nicely done there by the Elven player. Keeping an eye on what's going on. Over here, I think... Yeah, I'm sending in more Dunland Chosen, I think. Yeah, because this is the one that broke. I sent in a second one. I think I have 4. So I've been sending these guys in incrementally. I wouldn't have said they were getting the greatest kills. But like I said, they're kind of like just doing enough damage, allowing us to like get inside this little breach point a little bit by bit anyway. Oh, that Elven officer there just got a really nice kill. Zoom out a little bit. But as you can see, these archers just like mercilessly firing onto my shock infantry. And in comes some Vinland Guard, a very, very elite Dalian unit. I'm a bit worried to see the Vinland Guard already coming in. But Dale was really running out of infantry. He's got like 1 shipment left. Oh, healthy one anyway. And even then, that's getting focused down. I've got quite a lot of swords. I realized that I was probably being a little bit too, not like selfish, but like wasn't sending anything in, put it like that. I wasn't sending enough stuff in. But yeah, I was trying to keep my my Dunland troops back a little bit, because they are probably better than the shipmen. These guys you want to hold on to. Like, look at that officer. That officer looks awesome. Shame they don't make a unit look like that. Just like the officer, having a unit of officers like that. That would be awesome. But they kind of remind me a bit of the Varangian Guard. Certainly this officer does. It reminds me kind of the Varangian Guard a little bit. Over here, let's go and have a look at how the grudge match is going.
Our men are breaking off.
Still going pretty well. This is how halberd is in there for the dwarves. This line is just getting thicker and thicker. There's so many dwarves in here. Whether they need all this, I don't really know. Maybe they should have taken. They should take some stuff out. Like, certainly don't need all these dwarves in here. Like the Gondor swords alert probably would do it. You don't want to exhaust everything, and also you may need stuff elsewhere, because look, the Loki Rim are going to take the walls. Finally, they've broken and taken the walls from the shock infantry. So the walls are now in control, controlled by these slings. And now, I mean, with the remaining ammo that they have, these Varric Bowmen, actually, I say that, there's a lot of Varric Bowmen ammo here. They could get onto the wall, and they can then shoot down into the flank of this. This is why this Citadel is so important, because you can then just turn this grudge match into absolute slaughter, as the archers can get so many rear shots. That is why it's important. It's why that Citadel is not worth giving up. Mainly because there's nowhere better to defend. Loki Rim doing their bit, holding on. So much nicer looking from this angle. God, I hate Attila for that reason. Another thing you can obviously do, but it's not really as effective, is obviously just choke point off the gate. But I mean, right now the dwarves are actually going to try and retake take the walls. We've got some dwarven warriors that are being sent up, trying to fight awkwardly on these stairs, these really steep stairs. These Loki Rim are getting actually focused down. We're seeing elven archers now coming onto the wall. This is Lasgarland archers, and they are focusing stuff down. And also, so these dwarven crossbows getting focused down by the Eastlings out here, and I presume this will also be the Wooden Realm. No, this is all Eastlings. Wow, yeah, the Wooden Realm has just thrown all of their archers, all 4, onto the wall, and just like gone, well, just accept it. It's gonna happen. I think the Wooden Realm did bring a lot of archers, and I mean a lot. Certainly the attacking one. Don't know about the defending one. I certainly brought less archers to allow him to bring more. So that was the reason why, because my archers are pretty awful. Like, I don't really care about these guys. Even though they're pretty, like, Elder Bowmen sound like they should be good. They're really not. Still fighting in here. See, like the Dunland swords and the Vinland Guard in there. Don't know why we actually stacked 2 on there, but there you go. We did. And then decided to land another like Dunland sword here because I had the idea of possibly trying to distract all of these units here to then maybe either allow the Lake Town Guard to land and support or like to go and do something else. Because right now the Woodland Realms is kind of looking at these polearms going, anywhere you go, I am following you. And I kind of wanted to allow these polearms to actually do something. You can see we've now got Vinland Guards over here, maybe ready to land on the wall. That would be very good. I think they would beat those Last Garland Blades. Last Garland Blades are nasty though, so I don't know. But yeah, we are now fighting off in this little archway here. 2 brave elves hold back a whole host of men wearing wolf helmets. Wolf pelts. Brave fools. And actually, yeah, the shipmen are about to lose down here as well. The shipmen are just not good. Just do not bring shipmen. Unless you have like no money left and you're like, well, I could bring an extra unit of shipmen or I could upgrade stuff. I'd probably bring the shipmen in that case because upgrades are all well and good, but an extra unit certainly could be very useful. But yeah, I would not bring this many shipmen on the assault. They're not going to get many kills. Certainly against like the elves and Gondor, some really, really elite factions. As you can see here, Gondor's ready to send in some more spears already. We will defend the steward and await the return of the king. Yeah, they are starting to lose here again. I can't see what they're possibly thinking about sending more up. But again, they're not both wavering. I don't really send stuff up till it's unwavering, like point. And these Tomb Wardens, oh, I didn't even see them get sent in, but we did focus them down. You can see over here, they were getting focused down. Poor Jeff. But yeah, that's the only issue with like really elite polearms, like the Hall Guardians, which are still alive, by the way. They are still in there. And the Tomb Wardens, and there's some others as well. The thing is that they just get focused down so quickly. Same with the Fountain Guard, I'd say. Not polearm, but they're a pike. And probably like all the Elven Pike, sorry. Gets focused down these days. People just know it's going to get so many kills. Looks like we have the general here for Dale. We have Dale's general over here for some reason. I guess maybe he's looking for a gap through here. Needs to be careful. Dale's still got a fair amount of stuff in the game. Doesn't want to go and throw away his general just yet. We've got actually, I think the only cav we did bring were generals. So luckily, like the enemy didn't bring any. Obviously, the general I can imagine for the elves is probably the Elven King. Actually, no, it's not. And did they bring the Elven King? Did they bring him? I don't know. Yeah, he's down here. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Elven King. Oh, yeah, I remember I hit him with artillery. And, yeah, I didn't appreciate that. Gold chevron Elven King getting just hit by artillery cannot be pleasant. There you go. So they do have a little bit of cav of their own, but not much. Not much. I couldn't remember. But, yeah, this grudge match is going on still. It looks like they've made a little bit of ground. You can see where the first line of fighting was. We kind of, like, almost broken through the first line of the defense. You remember there was, like, 4 layers? We're now going on to what you guess you'd call like that second line. Don't know really why like these things are just poured in a fresh unit of macemen there. Like there's still these two that are pretty healthy. You'd be better keeping that Easting to then maybe have like gone around this flank here. There's like a bit of a gap here in the line. You could have gone through there. They obviously have like more Dwarven warriors ready, but I guess maybe the Loki Rooms really wanted to make this into a grudge match. Really want to just try and like break through, but yeah. Don't know what Dale was trying there. Don't know if he saw a gap in the line. Thought this was a gap in the line. There is still some dwarves defending it. He's going to pay the price for that. I don't know. He'd be better just waiting for like these archers to just unlock the defense. These last Garland archers in a moment, they'll set up and they'll start to just destroy the dwarves. These poor dwarves. Unfortunately, for some reason, yeah, you can't use this staircase to get up. Don't know really why. That's just the map. Kind of needs fixing, I think. But we're about to see Woodland Realm just absolutely destroy some of these units down here. Well, I hope so. Yeah, so that's just going to turn the battle around. For some reason they're firing off like they're firing off over here somewhere. But they are actually firing down here. And yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage now. Well, I mean, I'll go for the halberdiers probably. Shoot them in the back. Or just anything, to be honest. You shoot something, it's going to die. You cannot miss. These poor Gondorians and dwarves down here now getting just... I don't know. It's like fish in a barrel for them. They cannot be, like, missed. It's point blank range. These elite elves will not miss.
Their tower has fallen. Good news.
Yeah, we were starting to take stuff. So, yeah, now the gates have been taken over on this side. We have stormed through the gates. Luckily, we didn't lose too much when the towers died, actually. This is kind of a bit of luck. I don't know if that's just because they managed to fix, like, towers killing, like, obscene amount of infantry, or just, like, we were lucky. I don't know. But we have so much in it. I've got my shock infantry. We've got archers with no ammo. So much. If they had a catapult or archers right now, they could do a lot of damage to this blob. This is... I always condone never to blob. But, I was getting desperate, to be honest. I also was pretty sure they were running out of assets, and if you look on this side, they are. They've got archers left. They're probably going to bring up these Lords of Lasgarland. And Gondorian archers. These guys all probably are very, very useful right now, just shooting to the blob. Which right now is getting, like, very, very big. I mean, we've got, what, 2 units, 1 unit of Gondorians, some elves. Oh no, we've got these Hull Guardians now arriving. Yeah, they were getting focused down by my archers as soon as they came into range. Yeah, I think that's what we were kind of trying to, like, push through. Well, not push through, but, you know, trying to break through the lines so before the Hall Guardians arrive, because the Hall Guardians have been a nuisance. They have been a nuisance. Got our own pile arms in there though. We have now got Lake Town Guards in here, so that's really good. I think that was the reason why we opened up the gate, is because obviously Lake Town Guard can't really set up properly in that breach, and obviously don't put them on the wall. So we were like, yeah, we really need this choke point, and you can see here these Hall Guardians getting vaporized. I think there might be a new one coming soon though. Yeah, I mean, this still has 2 back here. Still has 2, and they're getting focused down here. Barding's in combat now. Archer's getting set in. It is really, really getting close here at this gate. Like, oh, who's gonna break through? Kind of looks like the Vinland Guard look like they've broken through here. My AXES kind of broke through over here as well. There was like nothing really defending it, so I was like, right, let's get these AXES out of here. I do not really want to keep them in prolonged melee. These guys are definitely much better. These medium AXES at flanking. You want to use these guys to flank like a fight going on. Don't want them like staying in prolonged melee with their like no armor on them. I was debating going after all of these like Hall Guardians over here, but I think I decided in the end to like go for these archers. They're kind of unprotected, though they have no ammo anyway. The grudge match over here, while we've just been checking out the breakthrough at the gate, still going on. I did say it was a grudge match. Neither side's giving ground. Citadel Guard now in here for Gondor. The elite spears. The men who help guard the White Tree. They're in here. Might be his general, actually. Is that his general? No. Maybe it is. No. He did bring in Citadel Guard, not as a general. He's also got Fountain Guard back here, actually. So we haven't even seen the most elite stuff yet. I mean, this unit costs 1,400. Its armor's thick. It's a thick boy. I don't know. Actually, their general is a Citadel Guard over here. Is this another Fountain Guard? It is. Another Fountain Guard that they've kept over there. They might want to move that up to help with the grudge match at some point. And there's kind of another grudge match forming over here. Got the Fountain Guard now doing their bit. They're facing Gondor. So yeah, kind of getting outflanked. He's got more Citadel Guard here. So yeah, Gondor's now having to like split his reserves between the 2 points. You can see here, I kind of was telling my ally to try and catch these catch these Hall Guardians unaware. They actually were losing that fight, the Hall Guardians. Probably should have kept them in combat there. Don't know how long they would have been winning that though. And as you can see, my Dunherd swords now surrounding the Hall Guardians that are also surrounding my shock infantry and the Bardings. So it's like a double encirclement. And I was really hoping that these Hall Guardians would encircle the Dunherd swords, because then these Bardings could encircle them. But yeah, it was not the case, and these Bardings I think are about to get ripped up. If they stay in combat there, they will die. Get them out of there. Get out of there. Bardings are so expensive.
The men's resolve is failing.
These Hall Guardians are just nasty. They just will not break. Won't break and won't die, more importantly. Need some archer ammo left, but we're kind of short. Short and then there is none. Over here, Lake Town Guard getting pretty beaten up by archers, but they still have archers left. Enemy general dead though. Someone's lost a general. Oh, Day 9 Foot is dead. I didn't realize. So we are off the walls over here. As you can see, the elves and these things are very much off the wall. And Day 9 Foot's died to a Varag warrior, or Varag bowman. Kind of a bit embarrassing, I won't lie. But these guys aren't bad in combat. They're pretty good hybrid units.
Broken and are fleeing.
And what have we got left inside here? Got some more. Why did he not send in the Dwarven Warriors first? Why did he send in his general? I do not know. Dwarves might be okay without their general. I don't think it's going to affect their morale too much. Found Guard now starting to arrive. This grudge match, I hate to say, is still going on. Neither side wants to lose or give up. Both are literally going to wear each other into the ground. The defenders have done a good job here. They've destroyed a lot of this attacking army. There's not going to be much left. Archers and Cav, looks like that's about it. Over on this side, I'm also really low on stuff now. I literally have like my Blood Avengers left as my only real reserves. Everything else is committed in some form or another. We're about to see these axes get thrown though. I do like set up my these guys in a moment, Dunherd Chosen, just to throw some axes into these Gondor axes, just because I thought, well, it'd be funny. Actually, maybe I don't. Do I tell them to... Oh, yeah, I tell them to throw over here at these Gondor archers instead. I'm glad that this unit has throwing axes. Also, obviously, like, the dwarves have them. What am I doing? Where am I going with these guys? Oh, I think I'm going behind. I was going to go after these Hall Guardians. I was going to go rear charge the Hall Guardians. Because, yeah, we were like, well, if we can pin down the Hall Guardians with the Lake Town Guard, which, by the way, look at this. Lake Town Guard getting vaporized right now by the Hall Guardians. It's kind of a mix of Hall Guardians and Archers, and there you go. It's one of the quickest breaks I've ever seen. I never thought I'd see something so quick. But yeah, I now bring back my Dunherd Chosen. I'm going to start to do some throwing axes, because I realized that we need to kill these guys over here. Like, who cares about that Hall Guardian? Maybe not. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought maybe I'd throw them. Yeah, there you go. They're all like throwing axes. Hopefully they'll throw another lot. Yeah, here they go. Unslung their big... They get like a little axe out. And they throw axes. They're very inaccurate, though. I don't think I've seen a single one like actually connect. Oh, no. Some guys... I can see some like poking out with Gondor archers. But yeah, they're not very accurate. I'd hope they'd be a bit more accurate from like this distance though. They are literally looking at the Gondor soldiers. It's not like they've got to like do anything else, but they're not going into combat. They should do okay in that fight. Shock infantry versus archers. Can't go wrong there. My Blood Avengers were coming in. I've got one of them in here. Decided not to send the second one in. Blood Avengers we just like want to use to break through the right spots. And you can see here the Citadel Guard cannot hold them back. Over on this side as well, what do we have in here? This is the Elven King. This is the Woodland Realms General. Needs to be careful because he's getting pinned down by Citadel Guard and by the other Elven King of the Defenders. And in comes, I think this is Dale's General. That is the Elven King though dying for the attacking Woodland Realm. It actually doesn't really matter if the Elven King dies for defending Woodland Realm. They have a Lords of Lasgarland as their General. But yeah, they may kill this Elven King off. Doesn't really matter though. And they have broken through the grudge match. As you can tell, obviously tell from like the Daily Cav getting through, and all the Elven Cav. The grudge match was eventually broken through. Fountain Guard, a last stand. Don't know if they got many kills though. Over here, they're actually still holding. Dane's like unit's still alive in here as well. Dane died quite early on, it would seem, from that unit. But yeah, the Dwarven Warriors, they get quite a lot of kills against these Elven Archers, I imagine. Shame they can't change like the voices of the dwarves and the elves. It's a shame because obviously they can do it in Last Alliance. They can't seem to manage it in Rise of Mordor. Maybe that's got something to do with, I don't know, rights or just it's not their priority. Here we go, Cav coming in though. So you've got my champion Reavers inside. I managed to sneak them through this gap here in the line, like where the stakes are. They're just there for like effects. So you can actually get your Cav through without a problem. And at this point I'm hammering and anviling. I've lost like no Cav as well. It's going to be a very, very healthy unit of Cav. Do a lot of damage. As you can see here we have just archers holding back shock infantry. We've got like a tiny polearm unit as well, but that's going to make no difference. These Blood Avengers, they don't mess around. Though they are berserk. This one is literally berserk. This one's not so, for some reason not as berserk. I'm also trying to desperately break this archer and sword position here. Because I want to free up all this infantry here to try and then get it moving. Here we go, another charge. What's this, the third, the fourth? I don't know. Here they arrive though. Really nice charge. I mean, they are losing. They're not wavering though yet, these last Gun Blades. So annoying. Why aren't you dying? And they're really taking the gates as well. Look at this. This is kind of a concern. About to rear charge all my shock infantry. It's going to be very, very dicey. We are now starting to see the defenders arrive, or the attack, sorry, arrive from the attack up there. Could be a little bit too late though. Numbers are kind of okay. 1300 versus 800. I mean, elves can deal with that sort of number though. Elves and dwarves. I think the dwarves are all dead or occupied at this point. It's really just the elves that have the potential to turn us around. And Gondor, I guess. Can't forget Gondor. I'm waiting on this. Oh no, charge's not going in over here. So yeah, I'm trying to break these archers, try and get my infantry, my allies, some support here to get out. As you see, the Blood Avengers leave the fight that they were in. Got some rangers in here as well. And that's it really, that's all we have. Everything else is outside. I've got my artillery still left. I actually had ammo still as well. Never really saw the big blobs that appeared. Like after I took out that wall, I didn't really see any big blobs appearing. Kind of could have done with it on the other side when the grudge match was fully underway. That would have been a really, really good spot to have it. Should take a long time to get there. Yeah, but these Dunland swords really, really healthy. 117 now freed up. My general went flying on into the Citadel Guard here. Probably wasn't the smartest of ideas, but he did okay. 62 men left. Pike's starting to arrive. Probably should have gone for this general over here. This general is the Lords of Lasgarland general for the Woodland Realm Defenders. This would have been a good target. We're about to see, I think, a charge from the Champion Reavers actually. And they're going to run away. Oh no, they're going to charge. That's even worse. They should not have done that. They should not have charged. Oh god, this poor unit. Down to 46. I think that's going to drop a lot quicker in a moment. I see a lot of these guys dying. A few of the cav getting picked off. Still at 38. This is a silver chevron unit as well. It's really, really elite. Poor elves. They did a really good job, yeah, down at 18 men. They really did hold on for a long time. It was a really close one. 1100 left against 400. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. Even though the elves have like some pretty like healthy units left, like 43 like hull guards is a nasty amount of men left. Blood Avengers got sent up here to come and help deal with these Gondor swords, which are constantly harassing my men on the walls here. So annoying. I didn't really mention this, but my archers and swords constantly were under attack from something getting sent up this. They seem to be able to send stuff up the ladder or up the stairs much easier than we could send anything down it, which is really annoying. But yeah, I guess it's just how it is. And we can see both my general and Dale's general over here now dealing with this Lords of Lasgarland. Killing off once and for all.
The men are running. Stand and fight. The enemy are losing their
And there we go. I think that's going to be the battle basically in the end. Seems like the elves and their ally, the elves, dwarves, and men of Gondor cannot hold on. They did such a good job though for a really long time. And Nunaland's just one of those maps that like you seem like you don't feel like you're gonna break through, and then all of a sudden the defenders just run out of troops and can no longer hold on. Like they run out of ammo, they run out of troops, one or the other, and like you start to find like holes in the defense, and that was kind of what happened over here. I mean, look at the bodies, though, for, like, this grudge match. It looks horrendous. Like, thousands of men died in that one spot there alone. And they actually did break my swords over here to Gondor. He is now fighting my Blood Avengers. He shouldn't win that fight. He also should break probably pretty soon from army losses. But yeah, the general is now about to die. I don't know where my general actually went. Oh, he's back over here. Okay. There you go. But yeah, that is the battle basically now. It's a really, really good one though. I really enjoyed it. And there you go, a Pyrrhic victory for Dunland and their allies. So we'll have a quick look at some of the end results. Yeah, I did okay as Dunland. Like, really is the first time I ever played them. I also was going up against a pretty stern like enemy in the elves. One of my Blood Avengers only getting 8 kills. I've just seen there. That I don't remember that, but that's pretty painful. The other one got 109. Really, really good kills. My Cav did quite well as well, late game, 227. But yeah, nothing really like amazing. Dunland's swords getting 108. My shock, I said earlier, these like lower tier shock, not doing amazing in kills, but they managed to like get some breakthroughs going at 71. I mean, also I'm fine the elves. I'm not going to get amazing kills anyway. They don't like have large numbers. But yeah, we play with a few newer players like Goose and Candy Katsu and Premisil. Some of their first couple of games or first few sieges. It was really fun to play with them. Definitely recommend like doing some like more games, and they'll improve their skill. But yeah, they both did really well. Goose had a really rough time in that choke point fighting Prem with his dwarves and I don't know. But yeah, it was a really brutal one. So like I said, I'll go through some of the other kills. We've got Cuppa Dance here, one of the more experienced players playing as Wooden Realm. His Lord's Last Guy getting 186 kills. As you can see, he brought a lot of archers here. Like I said, I sacrificed a few of mine so he could bring more. 335 kills with his Hall Guardians, really nice there. 122 with his swords. Nothing like amazing though, to be honest. Some of his swords did die really quickly, unfortunately. And again, he's like having to get a lot of kills by killing a lot of dwarven units because dwarves have small units as well. Dale, again, not amazing kills. I mean, his Vinland Guard did really well, but his shipman, yeah, just not worth bringing. You better bring in Dalian swords. His general getting 88 kills. His Vinland Guard getting 169 kills. His polearms 138. His Barding's getting 96 kills. His Ravanian Rangers Ravanian getting 99 kills. But yeah, really tough game for Katsu facing like the Wooden Realm, as Dale's a pretty hard matchup. Then we have Goose over here. Probably actually did the best out of the attackers. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of close between me and him. Loki and Maceman getting 193 kills. That's really good. His Warlords Rune, a shame they did so poorly. They definitely could, like, with the amount of money you spend on all like these chevrons as well, you definitely want to get a lot of kills. And his Varric Bowman getting 113 kills. They did pretty well, along with his Loki Rim archers. And then we'll go over to like Mythic Geet, who's playing as the Wooden Realm on the defense. 112 kills with his Lords of Lasgarland. 297 with his Lasgarland Blades. 191 down here with another one. 307 with his Hall Guards. Did really well. He only brought 3 archers, as Wooden Realm maybe wanted to bring a few more. This is his strength, end of the day. And like the archers aren't that bad in combat. And then we have Erebor anyway over here. Brought a really big army actually for Erebor. Like really nice roster he managed to bring here. A lot of Dwarven Warriors, 141 like kills, not too bad. His General Dane getting 147. Warriors of the Red Mountain 118. Barrack Guard 151. His Erebor Halberdiers, 269 kills, 2 Morons, 167, actually getting outclassed by the lower tier one. We did focus his 2 Moron down very early on. His crossbow's getting 143, which is not too bad either. And then I don't know who's playing as Gondor. Kind of playing a supporting role for both armies. His Gondor Archer's getting 188 kills, pretty good. His like high tier expensive stuff not getting a lot of kills because he got thrown in kind of when like the it was like the beginning of the end for their defense, you can almost say. His sword's doing quite well, getting 188 here, though. That's really good. But there you go, guys. That is the siege today. That is the Rise of Mordor siege. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was certainly a fun one. If you want to see more Rise of Mordor, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. Don't forget to check out my Discord, and feel free to join if you want to get involved in some Total War action, whether it's Rise of Mordor or something else. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.